Hello and welcome to this Astranti YouTube video looking at the feedback from a student survey that we conducted on the May 2021 exam for the strategic case study. And in this video we're going to look at some of the key highlights from the students' survey, looking at things that students felt helped prepare them for the exam and the things that didn't. So you can take those learnings forward into your own exam coming up. And if you do like this video, then please like and subscribe at the bottom of the screen. We do post many videos relating to exam technique, relating to things that are developing within the accounting world and also theory and things like that as well. So lots of useful information for students that are taking their exams. And we had a really good response from this survey. We had almost 200 people respond to it, so it is coming from quite a broad range of people with different experiences in the exam, and hopefully it will prepare you for yours. And the first thing we need to look at is how difficult the students found the exam compared to their expectations. Now, what we can see here is that almost 60% of students thought that it was harder than they thought it was going to be. We've got 15.9% people saying that it was much more difficult and 41.6% saying it was more difficult. So it is a tough exam. You already knew it was tough, and in fact, a huge majority of students actually thought that it was harder than they expected. Now, this may not just be because the exam itself was more difficult in terms of the content, in terms of how they found writing their answers, etc. What you have to factor in here is the additional pressure that comes with taking an actual exam. You can sit a mock exam and you can find that mock exam difficult, but you don't have that additional exam pressure, which makes things so much harder. So you're going to have that on the exam day regardless of how much you prepare. So you have to be prepared for it to be difficult. So the more work, the more preparation you do now puts you in a better place, because it's going to be difficult. You know it's going to be difficult. So all you can do is try to alleviate some of that pressure by putting as much effort, as much practice in as possible. And in fact, only 6% of people thought that it was easier than they thought it was going to be. So it is a very difficult exam, and there's no getting away from that. So what this means for you is that you need to put as much work in now so that you are in a better position, because it is going to be difficult. You're going to find it hard. So what can you do between now and the exam to better prepare yourself? What did students that sat in the May exam, what did they found, or what did they find made it better for them? What do they wish they'd done more of in preparation? Well, we've got a survey response here for what students thought they could have done more of, what they would have done more if they had more time now. And what we can see here is that mock exam practice is the number one thing. Almost 50% of people that took the exam wish they'd spent more time practicing, more time doing mock exams. And some of the other ones that came out as very important as well were answer planning. That's 36.4%. It was the time management practice, that's 34.5%. And typing speed was quite big as well, 20.9%. Now, all of these are related because these are actually components of mock exam practice. You practice your time management when you take mock exams. You practice your answer plan. You practice your typing speed when you take mock exams. So a lot of this is all related to exam practice. And another thing that helps with is your answer planning as well, and your actual writing skills, which all comes into exam practice. But what is also worth noting is that actually a sizable proportion of students felt that the revision of theory was important as well. If they had a better understanding of the theories, they would have found the questions easier to answer, which again perhaps ties in with exam practice and mock exam practice and question practice. If they are aware of where they lack skills, then they will be in a better position for researching and revising that information before the actual thing. What is worth noting though is that industry research and analysis and the pre-seen analysis came out quite low. Less than 20% of people wish they had done more of this ahead of the exam. So if you are building your revision plan around doing a lot of industry research and pre-seen analysis and not on revising theory and not on doing mock exam practice, then perhaps you should take a lesson from the students that sat the May exam. And we asked a similar question here, this time asking what you would spend less time doing now that you know what you know. And what we can see here is quite correlation to the previous one, in that a lot of students felt that they wouldn't do so much industry research, they wouldn't do so much pre-seen analysis now. But very few people felt that they wouldn't have done less practice. Only 5.6% of people that responded to this particular question said that they wish they'd done less mock exam practice. And given that almost 50% of people felt they would have done more mock exams, what this should mean to you is that you need to be spending time conducting mock exams, practicing your answer planning, etc. Although some students also felt that theory was not as important. That was also quite a high scorer. So theory could go either way. With theory, it depends on your position more so than a general approach and what people generally find. Because with theory, it depends on how recently you've done your objective test. If you've just done your objective test, then you're probably quite up on your theory. If you have left it a while between your objective tests and doing your strategic case study, or if you're exempt from your objective test, then perhaps you need to do more theory because it's not so fresh in your mind, you don't understand it as well. So it depends on your situation. But one thing that is clear is that doing exam practice is something that a lot of students wish they'd done more of, and very few wish they had done less of. So hopefully you can take some of these tips forward now into your own preparation. There's still a few weeks before the exam for you to be able to structure your own revision, structure your own time between now and the exam. And there are some key tips coming out of that. We also asked students at the end of it if there was just anything that they wanted to put forward for future students as advice. And a lot of it came out very similar to how the statistics came out. Lots of them said that mocks were key, and focusing on exam technique and working on exam technique and making sure you plan your answers effectively were the key tips that came out from students. And with regards to theory, they said that theory was important, but to do it as early as possible. Look at the things that you are struggling with and revise those as early as possible, so you've got that theory, you've got that knowledge, and then you can focus on incorporating that theoretical knowledge into your planning, into your answer planning, into your mock exams, etc. And if you would like any help from us here at Astranti, we do have a wide range of products catering to various different needs. We have our exam technique series, which focuses on planning answers, writing your answers effectively, working on your time management. We have a theory revision series, which focuses on the revision that is on the topics that are most likely to appear in the strategic case study exam, or the ones that have appeared more times than others in the strategic case study exam. We have pre-seen analysis and industry analysis videos as well, doing a lot of the work for you, so to speak, of what certain bits in the pre-seen mean and various key bits of information from the industry. We have mock exams as well, many mock exams, 7 mock exams that you can purchase. And we also offer marking and feedback, where you get a qualified marker that's had a lot of experience, will review the script, will provide you with a lot of feedback over what you can do to improve going forward. Question packs as well, focusing on specific topics. So these are shorter than mock exams, and they focus on specific topics in the specific core activities. So if you really struggle with a certain core activity, you can focus in that specific area. And we have a masterclass as well, which takes a look at everything, gives an overview of everything. It's a live online class. We have 2 of those. They're 6-7 hours long each, and it covers a lot of what's in the course, and also gives you a chance to answer ask any questions that you have if you attend live. And if you purchase the full course, we also offer a pass guarantee. So provided you have conducted yourself and you have done everything that is in the course and signed off on your pass guarantee form, then you actually have a free resit on us, so to speak, for passing it next time. So thank you very much for watching this brief video. I hope you have enjoyed it and found it useful. I hope there are some tips that you can take forward into your own revision and planning ahead of the exam. Again, a reminder to please like and subscribe at the bottom of the screen. We're going to be posting lots more videos over the coming months. And I wish you the best of luck in your exam.